figured this would be worth showing you guys because it turned out really well. It's just like a area for the guards to come off the walls during the rounds and whatever. I feel like it turned out really well. It has a really cozy feel to it, and the view is really nice. Although, don't look at that. Ignore that. Ignore that mess. I really like Sons of the Rain. I really like the feel. It really does feel like a small mess hall for the guards, and that works for me. But why I started recording was in fact because I'm done everything for the outside. I have all the doors added in. They are all working as they're supposed to. I have all this set up. So what we're moving on to now is the library. Now, I showed this in the previous, in the Lost Craft server, maybe a little bit. I can't remember actually. There's a lot that needs to be done in there. So I'm going to show you around it. Now, we do need to put in a new elevator, as you can see. It goes a long way, and we need a new elevator. So I'm going to look for the fastest possible elevator that I can get. An elevator that will allow me to go, and maybe it'd be really quite amazing if I could choose my floor even. The previous version, though, there was nothing better. I have no idea what else I can do about that. I really like the fact that you could just pull off your mouse click and it just stop doing what it is. Oh no. I thought this would look good. Sandstone doesn't look good. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys a tour. It looks really ugly right now because of the fact that, I mean, it's, what the heck? Alright, so I gotta do a little bit of changing up on my redstone so that this will allow for that particular door to function. That sucks. Regardless of that, I gotta do something about the ceiling. Now, the good thing about this being all one type of stone there, I don't believe I use sandstone in any other parts of the build, so I can choose a way to my heart's content for what I want to use for these walls here, as well as for anything else. In the meantime, I'm going to change out these lanterns, these, what do you call them, sea lanterns, in exchange for the standard lamps, and I'll be putting in that modified lamp that I found that works really good, that combination I showed in the previous clip there. I'm looking forward to getting those in. So some of this may look familiar. The blue, those are all actually seats. Originally they were couches. That used to be one heck of a huge table, a round circular table. So that's what all those are. And I pretty much set them up all identically. This pillar right here used to be a curving stairway that went all the way up to the top. These bars I'm going to change out for probably iron bars or something like that. Not iron bars. Maybe in black. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it. Those turned out really good. I'm happy about those. So I'm not sure about these. I may end up changing those out to something else. We'll just have to see what it all looks like when we're all said and done. I may end up just taking them out altogether. They looked great with what they were previously, but it looks a little excessive now. These right there, these are just sponges. Originally it was, I think they were like spruce bark walls or something like that. Or yeah, spruce bark walls is what it was. So I changed them to something that I knew that I would not use in any other part of the build so that I could easily, quickly change those over without any issues. The ceiling, that one, I'm honestly not sure. I gotta think about that one. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this part fixed. I'm gonna start replacing all of these lanterns out, and we'll go from there. Okay, are you guys ready for the first one? I'm gonna be going and replacing the iron bars first. I finally set the points, and these are our replacement info. So replace, and we're gonna go and say we're replacing 101 1456 1. Boom. So there's going to be a few things I'm going to have to delete. Right here, I'm going to have to delete those. I'm thinking I'm going to replace the stairs with the Conquest Reforged stairs. But in the meantime, let's just take a gander around and see how that looks. And although it looks a little bit busy, it definitely looks like quite an improvement on the original iron bars, which is great. I'm thinking I'm also going to go and change this, which is, I think it's spruce. No, it's dark oak. Okay. We'll see what looks good. I may have to leave it, but I prefer not because it doesn't look the best. Next, we're going to be changing out these right here. These are, what are they, oak fence? Okay, so those are oak fences. We're going to be replacing them with iron wall. I really like the pattern that works there. So we know for sure now that that is going to stay. This looks good. So you need to find out what this is. Throw down one of these and find out what that is. Great. Now let's replace 85.0 with 662, and it's version 8. That's important. Boom. How's that look? Oh, that's a little annoying. Maybe I should bring these out just one, the lamps, because we're going to have those all the way along. Let's just take a look around and see, how does this look? Does it look good? Is it too light? Is it too dark? What is it? Okay, so I'm going to have to find out if there's something else I can replace this with, because that is, in fact, too dark for my standards. I need this to be lighter. Okay, well, I'm going to play around a bit more, and we'll see how it goes. Well, I've got the whole entire thing more or less done, except the center bits. I have not put the little lampstands or whatever, lampposts. I haven't put those into the centers yet. Easy enough done. But I just wanted to show you guys the pasting of the very last one. This is the only section of the entire library that has not been yet completed. And I just realized something. It's one heck of a large library, but there's not a single enchanting table in the whole thing. I guess this is just a library then. Just kind of ironic. It'd be pretty epic if I would, like, if there were, I don't know, enchanting tables at the ends, and like the bookshelves themselves were filled up with actual books that you enchanted. That would be cool. Except that feature is unfortunately not available in on this server, unfortunately. I'm sure there's mods that could do it, but the more mods you add, the worse they get, in the sense that there's more of a chance of mod conflicts. So let's just pop this guy in there. I already have the command prepped. And there it is. Simple as that. You gonna see that again? There's like that. Oh, did you see that right there? Oh, what am I doing? I'm making a mess. Okay, let's try that again. I am so happy that World Edit has an undo command. That would have been problematic. Paste. Okay, so that's done. That's done. I saw something happen over here. What happened over here? Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm just going to undo that again. Undo. So that's what happened on this side as well, it seems. I forgot about that little chunk there at the end. So that's easy enough to redo. I can just put that back in there. I wonder if I can use the redo command in this, if that exists. Oh, I have to. Yeah, redo. Let's just see what happens. Oh. I thought I replaced that already. Didn't I replace that already? Oh, no, I didn't. Right then. It's odd. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just going to replace that with this right here. That's fine. Okay, so I just need to fill this in right here with that, and then I can put these across here. That looks good now. Good and proper. Right. So that is the library complete. What we're going to be working on next after I get those lights in and just those little bits of adjustments here along there is something I've been meaning to do for a very, very long time. Within each one of these places here, I may have showed you guys in the past this, is a giant room. Yes, it's a giant open space with mobs in it. So the plan for these little places is to go and fill them up with other rooms. I would like to use a section for maybe classrooms, because that's what part of the Citadel is all about. I'd like to use another section of this. I'm thinking make like a big warehouse. And I would like to make another area that is kind of like a mess hall, a very giant, like if you guys don't know what a mess hall is like a very large fancy cafeteria, something like that. Well, it may not be it may not be a fancy cafeteria considering it's a mess hall. It's going to get messy. I don't really know what the origins of the word mess hall comes from.
From the last time I went and recorded to this point, although I've done a lot, I've also got a cold. So I'm sorry, I'm sounding very yucky. Oh gosh. Oh, I forgot about those. Let's get rid of those. This is the entrance to the classroom areas, or whatever you want to call them. Study hall is the library, so this is definitely classrooms. So far I've got upgrades R&D, 101, 102, 104 classes. So that is simply the enchanting class. I think it turned out very, very good. I got that filled with enchanting tables and a few up front. And I think it looks very authentically enchanting 101 basically, although I wanted to call it upgrades 101. Just it feels a little bit more. I forgot. This is the telomere cam. I don't have my scientist skin. Next is chemistry. Definitely looks like a chemistry class. That pulled together quite well. So I am using more or less the same template for every single one of them, and that is working very well. I think I'm definitely going to stick with I think this is known as, is it fish scale? Yeah, fish scale cobble. I really like the look of it. It looks very authentic. It looks very purposefully put. Like this is intended to be on the ground, not just haphazardly thrown on there like cobblestone. Next. Oh, I haven't changed the book for that yet, but that's and I haven't changed the name of it yet either. That's supposed to be crafting. So I haven't changed that yet, and I haven't changed the insides as of yet. It's kind of just a cookie cutter at the moment. So I'll be doing that at a later time. All the desks will probably be changed over to crafting benches, to be honest. I think that'd make the most sense. So that hasn't been finished yet. And the final one so far, which I'm still working on, and I don't think I can talk the whole way through this. My throat's pretty sore. This is the Redstone room, and I'm calling it Redstone 401 to 416, indicating quite clearly there's going to be 15 classes in total. No, there's 16 classes, because then you'd include the one, yeah. For Redstone. So I haven't figured out exactly all of what I'm going to put in here. Unfortunately, the y-axis, I think it's the y-axis. No, it's not y. What is it? Yeah, it is the y-axis. They're fighting constantly there. You can see it. It's quite frustrating. So it's there. You see it out of the corner of your eye sometimes, but it's all moving, and it stopped. Yeah, whatever. So that's at the moment. I'm gonna get that redstone in there, and the final. I think I set each one up. Yep, offense and defense. So that's gonna be all swords, arrows, bows, whatever you want to call it, shields. And I don't think I want to call this agriculture. I want to call this another term for like umbrella farming. So that includes like cows and pigs, and all that information. Now, because it is going to, also wheat and all that stuff too. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to do for this location. That's something that's should be actually up above but because this is more of an informational class, it's We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how it will go, to be honest. I still have to figure that bit out. So there's the update. This part here is going to have all the ceilings going on through there, just like ceilings. I had the word yesterday, and I cannot remember what this is called now. Yeah, what are they called? Like, no, it's not coming to me. It won't. Let's just call it ceiling supports. There's a grander word for it, but we'll be putting all that in through here to make it look all nice and special and fancy looking. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And yeah, so let's get this done and get that redstone in, and we'll go from there.
Well, I may as well now give you a tour of the classrooms wing of the Scholar's Citadel. So I've been cracking at it for quite a while, and this is what I've got so far. I think it looks pretty darn cool. I still can't remember what the word for these are. I had it at one point, and it's now gone. And it was the exact word that I used to look up what this is called, and I can no longer remember. It's like, I just can't remember. It turned out really well. There is some oddities, as you can see. A lot of, I think it's called Y fighting. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately, so I'm just ignoring it. This room hasn't changed any. It's the same old, as you guys have seen before. Same old ceilings. What's interesting is what each room looks after that point. I don't think I showed you each classroom so far. That's what I think I put fish in there. Oh, they must have died. That's unfortunate. There was puffer fish in there. But yeah, so that's that. Pretty straightforward. And I tried to match up what each room should look like. Now, for some weird reason, you cannot put on these particular types of signs a crafting bench. So instead I thought, you know what the best next thing for crafting would be? What you need to actually get the majority of the blocks. Your pickaxe. So here is your crafting class. So obviously all of them is going to be filled with your good old-fashioned crafting benches. And you've got some basic recipes on the front, like a piston, and that makes some wool. So that's, I thought, was very fitting for this particular class. I did have a different type of style of quill and parchment, and I didn't like them. And the reason, I originally had this, and I couldn't find it. I didn't know that they actually existed. And what is it? Yeah, that's varied commodities. So I didn't know we had that mod was present for this particular design, so I'm ecstatic that it's there, because it looks so much better than that flat slab. Blah. These are also I put in, trying as closely as possible to emulate really old-fashioned kind of style of lockers. And that's about as good as I can get. I couldn't think of anything better. If you're wondering why this right here is there, it's because if you put these beside each other, it doesn't look good. So if you have them like that, it pops in like that, turns it into kind of like a closet or shelves or something. So I wanted them to be little square cabinets basically for lockers. And I think it looks decently good. It's a little bit on the bulky side, but I think that's about as good as I can do it. Here you've got the agricultural development and animal husbandry. And I think it's a little bit funny. Some of it's not exactly jokey, but it really does point it out. Like if you look at that, you see there's some wool, there's a wool tunic, and there's some mutton, and then there's some XP. It's like, well, what do you think that is? Well, it's obviously sheep because, you know, mutton. There's the rabbit stuff, and then what comes from a cow. This is actually supposed to be a helmet, but I mean, it actually shows pretty much as a cow, so I thought it was just appropriate. But yeah, so then you've got all these different types of things that can grow for seeds. So I threw those critters in there too. And it's pretty straightforward. Oh, one of these guys. Obviously for chickens, you can make. I was going to put pumpkin pie there too, because that's what you get from eggs, but I didn't have the space. So I'm just leaving that be. So there is agriculture, development, and animal husbandry. And yeah, I thought that was appropriate for the wheat sheaf. Then the weapons. Now there is the redstone, which is also pretty cool, but I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I'm kind of viewing this as kind of like a punching bag, And they got actual rope ladders that you can climb. So I threw those down with some hay bales at the bottom. I thought that was like very appropriate. And then you've got swords and things that you can whack them with. And on this side, here's your archery section. And this is actually a bundle of arrows. It's nothing special there, but I thought I just stumbled upon the fact that you could probably put a barrel underneath there and it'd look really good. And underneath, you can actually throw arrows into those critters, so perfect. Just an extra pile of rope there, and that's actually just an empty rack. I'm not sure what I can put in it. I have not seen that I can put anything into it, so yeah, I'm going to empty my inventory. I don't need what's in there right now. From there, we've gone on over to the Redstone class. This one took me a lot of work because I didn't have a lot of room. I was putting down logic gates for Minecraft Redstone, and all of them are always flat, so they're all horizontally made. And I did not have the space for that, so I made them all as vertical as possible. So just going through them all of them unlabeled, and here you've got this little stand over here for a classroom for Redstone. You'll notice also a tongue-in-cheek Redstone classes. It's Redstone class 401 to 416, so showing that there's probably going to be about 16 classes. I think I mentioned that before to you guys. But yeah, so just to go through some of the gates if you guys are curious. You've got, I don't have 2 NOT gates, do I? I do. Oh, why did I do that? Oh no, that's a waste. Why did I do that? Can I put something else somewhere else? Something else somewhere, that's funny. I don't think so. Oh. I wonder if I have space for the NOR gate right there. Not an OR gate. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna do that. Just give me 1 second. And there we have it. I probably could have brought it in closer, but no, I couldn't have. That's about as good as I can do. I just delete this critter out of there, and there we have it. Yeah, so NOT gate, straightforward enough. Input is reversed, standard gate. AND gate, this one was quite interesting because theirs was a lot larger. Theirs was I think technically a 3x4, and I've turned this into a 1x4 instead of a 3x4, which is pretty cool. It's works exactly as intended. You need both gates in order for it to fully function. Oh, I forgot about that. That's not a big deal. So with both of them off, there it is. Output redstone torches like that. And then turn them both on, and that's the output finally. So that's pretty good. That does exactly what I want it to. OR gate, don't matter which one of these you pull, they will produce an output, which is great. Before I get to the clocks at the back, here we have an AND gate. That's not an AND gate, which means that either should be able to be pulled. What is it? Both have to be pulled for the output to become 0? Yes. So if I pull that up, you'll notice that. Oh, I didn't break this again, did I? Or is it because it's too close? Maybe there was a problem here where I had this too far back, so it's possible that I broke this. I can't recall. That's up. So yeah, I click that and then like that, and it goes off. If it goes on like that, yeah, okay, no, I didn't break it at all. Okay, it's all good. This one I'm very amazed that I managed to pull it off. An RS NOR latch, it's not a big gate. It's something like 2, 3. It's a 3x3. And I turned this one into on the flat surface, a 1x4, which is pretty good. That's more or less an RS NOR latch means that whichever button you press, it's going to move the power over. So since this one's already onto that side, it's not going to move it. But if I press this, boom, it switches it over. Now if I want it back up to the top again, it switches it over. So that's basically what an RS NOR latch is. It's kind of like a memory. It remembers which area it is in, and I just have a single item that's flipping back and forth between the two. So the moment you press this one, it powers this block, which drops it down to here, and once back to the top. That is actually a circuit that would be very useful for putting into very, very small redstone devices or whatever. This right here is just a 2 to 4 tick clock. You turn that off, you can see. And you can obviously put it up slower, so now it's a 2 to 4. If you put it this one, it actually eventually just burns itself out. There, you see it. So you need it to be at 2. So it says place dust here. This one is a bud switch. I don't know why I'm going through all these. I just like, I really like my redstone. So if you put redstone here, it'll immediately break it. That's a very good bud switch. So what's good about this is you take, if you can see from that angle there, you see that it just powered very briefly. So you can turn that into an input signal for like a redstone 3x3 piston door or something like that. So it'd be a very good way to go and make a secret door. So that's one of the good things about that. And that's why I made sure to find that one. I think this one is one that I found off of Mumbo Jumbo's channel. This right here, just a simple block update detector, just simple bud switch. This is one of my very favorite designs, actually. Simply because of the fact that it's so easy. It uses so very little redstone to make it work, but it's not as good as the upgraded version of this is. So there, it's just going to burn itself out. You put another block in and it detects it again. So that's basically all there is to that one. So there's the last one. Cool. I use this one all the time, but I've discovered that there is another way that works better than that one, and I do plan to use that one in the future. I can't remember how exactly it works. Is it something like this? And then you have to have one redstone block there, and then you have to put some, I think it's like this, and then you need one of these, and that goes there, and then you need some blocks going across here, I think is how it works, and then it goes across here. And I'm just gonna break that temporarily. By doing that, I'm pretty sure it turns all of these if I was to have it over here. Let's find out. Just curious if this works. Let's put that there as well. Let's see if that one works. Will this actually work? Yes, it does. I didn't do it properly though. Oh, it's because that's powered. Okay, so let's try that again. Alright. Yes. So normally you just use regular pistons for that one, but it's a very simple bud switch that is really good for crops. And it's very cheap to make. You just have a repeater, a redstone block, and some redstone dust across the top there. And as you saw before, there's nothing behind that. It's a very simple clock. I just gotta throw one of those blocks down. One of those. Let's put a red block just to show that it will red bowl that will actually move. So that's the full tour. Now I'm starting to run out of time to go and put in the other stuff here. I still need to make a mess hall. I still need to make an elevator, and I still need to make a storage room. So I have labeled what needs to be done. So there's the warehouse under construction, as you can see. There is the mess hall under construction once again. If you go in here, it's just simply lit up and nothing else. And I'm thinking of making this a lot smaller. I'm gonna have to look up some info on what older style, like medieval-esque mess halls look like. Maybe look into like medieval castle versions and things of that nature. Honestly, I think, guys, that's all the time I have for this episode. Thank you guys all for watching another episode on the BotC server. If you like this episode, please leave a like. You want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. Thank you guys all for watching again, and see you guys next time. Bye.